Hello, my dear students. As you all know that today we have to start chapter number 16, congruence. And this word is quite new for all of you because congruence we haven't studied before that. So let's learn something new today. So the thing which arises in our mind definitely what is the meaning of this word congruence. So let's start with the some figures. If you look these figures, like these are the coins. In your daily life also you can take so many examples like the coins of the same denomination. If I am taking the 5 rupees coin and put over each other to them, then they will completely cover to each other. So we can say the figure which are same in shape and size as well. If two figures have exactly the same shape as well as size also, so they are said to be congruent. Like here are the two blades, okay, and if we put these same size blade over each other, they will completely cover. So this is only the congruent. When two figures are having only the shape is similar, then they are is to be similar, but if their size is also similar, then they are said to be congruent. And we use this symbol for congruency, two straight line equality sign, and one is like this. So this is the symbol to shows the congruency. Like for equality we use the sign equal, for greater than we use this, for less than in the same way congruency symbol is this one. So let's learn the congruent figure, some geometrical figure. So let's start with the line segments. When we say when the two line segments are congruent, definitely when their lengths are equal. Because if we make one small line and one big line, and they will not completely coincide each other when we put over each other, okay. So for this, their length should be same. Suppose if it is 5 centimeter and it is also 5 centimeter, then they are to be congruent. So we can write that AB congruent to CD. Line segment AB congruent to CD. So the question can be that two line segments are congruent when they have the same length. Now in the same way, angles. Two angles are congruent if their measures are same. Suppose if I have to make two angles, if it is 60 degree, then this must also 60 degree, so that when we place it over this, it will completely cover. Suppose I have one angle is 60 degree and one angle is 90 degrees. So if I put over each other, the 90 will not completely cover because it will look like this, okay. So for angles to be congruent, their measurement must be equal. Now two squares are congruent. Now it's easily click in our mind that when are the two squares congruent? If their length, side length is same side length. Suppose if this square is 4 centimeter length, then this square side length is also should be 4 centimeter. So we can say square ABCD is congruent to square EFGH. We can look at the rectangles also. We know the rectangle have length and breadth. So if the corresponding length is equal to the length, like if its length is 5 centimeter, so it must be 5, and the breadth is 2 centimeter, then this will be 2 centimeter. One more thing I want to share. Suppose children, I have one rectangle of this type and one rectangle of this type, but the length is same. Like if it is 4 centimeter, this length is also 4 centimeter, this is 2 centimeter, and this is also 2 centimeter. So don't get panic that they are not congruent. They are congruent because if we rotate it and then place over each other, they will completely coincide because the measurement, their length and breadth are similar. Let's move to the circle. Two circles are congruent when their radius is equal. Suppose this is the 3 centimeter radius circle and this is also 3 centimeter, then only they will be equal. Suppose if I make one small circle and one big, though their shape is same circular shape, but their size is not same, so they are not congruent. So we can say these are the two circles which are similar in shape as well as size. So we can say that circle 1 is congruent to circle 2. Now congruence of triangle, that is very important, and your whole chapter is based on this, because triangle is having the 6 elements, mainly 3 angles and 3 sides. So 6 elements, 3 sides and 3 angles. Now further you will learn that only 3 parts are sufficient to prove any triangles to be congruent. So first I am telling you what are the parts which are equal. Here you can see 2 triangles in front of you, and these 2 triangles are having the name ABC and DEF. Now if we observe AB side is equals to DE, so we can say AB equals to DE, BC is equals to EF, and CA equals to FD. So 3 sides of first triangle is equal to the 3 sides of another triangle, and angle A equals to angle D, angle B equals to angle E, and angle C equals to angle F. So these are the matching parts of this triangle. If we say triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF, then their correspondence parts are A and D, because in congruency the letters order is important. In what order we are writing the letters, that is most important. So in this way, if we look at the order, A is correspondence to D, B is correspondence to E, and C is correspondence to F. So these 2 triangles are congruent because their 3 angles are equal to 3 angles, and 3 sides are equals to corresponding 3 sides. So these are the matching part. But as I told children, only 3 parts are sufficient to prove any triangles to be congruent. अगर हमें किसी भी 2 triangles को congruent करना है, so we don't need to show all the 6 parts is to be equal. Only 3 parts are sufficient to show its equality. Okay, so let's start. What are those conditions? So first condition is side side side, that is also called SSS congruence condition. What it states, side side side, it means if 3 sides of one triangle are equal to 3 sides of other triangle, then the triangles are congruent. If you observe this figure, the mark that AB side is equal to PQ, BC is equals to QR, and AC is equals to PR. So 3 sides of ABC triangle is equal to the 3 sides of PQR triangle. So these triangles are congruent. In the same way, the second is side angle side, SAS. 2 sides and included angle of first triangle is equal to 2 side and included angle of other. The main thing which you need to remember, that angle must be the included one. 2 sides के बीच वाला angle होना चाहिए. Like if I am taking AB side and BC side, so I need to take this angle, because the angle which is in between of this, I can't take like that. If I am taking these 2 sides and angle, I am taking this one, not like that. So can we observe the figure? AB is equals to PQ, BC is equals to QR, and angle 60 is equals to angle 60. So this is called as SAS congruency condition. The next one is angle side angle, ASA. So this time 2 angles and including side. So how it will be possible that 2 angles and this side must be equal? So when the 2 triangles are congruent, when their 2 angle and included side of one triangle is equal to 2 angle and included side of other triangle. Let's have a look to the figure and try to understand. If I take this angle 55, this is also 55, it is 40 degree, and this is 40 degree, and this side on which these 2 angles are formed, suppose if it is 5 centimeter in both, so this shows ASA. So if it happened that 2 angles of one triangle is equal to 2 angles of other triangle, fourth one is right angle hypotenuse and side, that is also called RHS. R stands for right angle, H for hypotenuse, and S for side. So it is applicable only in right triangles in which one angle is 90 degree. So two right triangles are congruent if the hypotenuse and one side of this triangle is equal to hypotenuse and one side of another triangle. So let's look at these two triangles ABC and PQR. So if I am writing their matching parts, so these are the right angles, angle ABC, and this is angle PQR, right triangle. Okay, so these angles are equal, each 90 degree. And what is the hypotenuse? AC. Hypotenuse is the side which is in front of 90 degree angle. This we have learned in chapter number 15. So we can say that AC is equals to PR. And the third part, that is the another side, it can be any side. So here AB equals to PQ. So three parts are equal. So these triangles are congruent because 190 degree angle, hypotenuse and side. So this is right angle. So our condition of RHS is to be true. So these two triangles are congruent, and the reason behind it, RHS rule. There is certain rule for triangles to be congruent, and these are the four conditions which we have studied. Now you all need to do all these notes. These are the basic notes of congruence which you need to write in your geometry copy. In our next class we will solve the questions based on this. Thank you and have a good day.